Korn has been celebrating their 30th anniversary this year, and what a joy it has been to watch this band over the years just take over the globe in rock and roll, and to this day, they are still one of the most well-respected bands in rock, and that is for good reason. They have always been uncompromising as artists. They have always done things their own way. I have loved everything they've done, including and especially that dubstep record they put out some years ago. They just march to the beat of their own drum, and they are continuing to do that. Guitarist Brian "Head" Welch has provided an update on what things are going to look like going forward from Korn, with many fans wondering about new music. Now, we had heard a little bit from him earlier this year where he says this is going to be the best and heaviest material from Korn in many years, which definitely piqued my interest. But now we have a new update on the timeline for this release and what fans can expect. Now, also, Korn has got a lot of shows coming up next year, but they're mostly over in Europe. But a massive, historic show the band just announced today is a crazy co-headliner with the one and only System of a Down and Korn playing MetLife Stadium up there just outside of New York City. This is crazy. That is a show that you do not want to miss, as you all know. System of a Down is not a band that is touring frequently. You got to catch them while you can. They're like Pokemon. And you get this chance to see, I'm planning on trying to make it up there for that. I can tell you that for sure. So this is the show up on your screen. By the way, what a kick-ass poster. MetLife Stadium, System of a Down, Korn. Imagine 100,000 people in that stadium and the band goes into blind. I just can't imagine what that mosh pit is going to look like. But here is the great Brian "Head" Welch opening up about this highly anticipated new record from Korn. As Korn continues to celebrate their incredible 30-year career, fans are looking forward to the future from the band, which is a testament to their amazing discography and the reputation they've built, having consistently released great music over the years. Earlier this year, Brian "Head" Welch got a lot of fans excited when he revealed it's the best and heaviest Korn stuff in years. He spoke to WSOU 89.5 FM back then and said, "We are passionately and intensely working on new music. We're a little bit behind. We've been really digging deep into sounds and tones and miking techniques and just really focusing on every aspect of just the miking and the sonic levels of everything, because I love the last few records we've done in the last 10 years, but I think I just have something in me that thinks we could beat the tones. I love the songs that we've done, but tone-wise, I feel we can beat it. So we're spending a lot more time on this new music. We're spending a lot more money, and we don't have a record label involved. So it's all coming from us, and we really want to dissect our sound and remember where we came from and how we did it back then. And having a vintage Korn feel with a modern twist, sonically I'm talking about. So it's very intense. The songs are amazing. I'm very proud of it. I feel like we are closer than we've ever been in the studio, and Jonathan has been there every day." He added, "I think it's the best and heaviest Korn stuff in years. And I think it's going to be raw and just kind of more basic as far as sound and recording and everything. I don't want to give it all away, but we're just very, very pleased with where we are right now." And now we have a new update from Welch, and he revealed when fans could expect this new music and how things are going. And I got to tell you, sounds like they're really taking their time on this. And if you want to see one example of what can happen when Korn is really dialed in the studio and taking their time, go back to that 2002 record, Untouchables. Really an incredible and I would say even underrated album from Korn. Amazing album. That was also said to be a very expensive album for the band to produce. He says they're spending a lot of money on this album as well. I also really love that. Sounds like they might be releasing this record independently, which is just going to open up more doors for more artists to be able to do that. So I love to hear that as well. But here is what Head had to say about this new Korn music. Speaking to the Everblack podcast, Welch gave an update on the new album. He said, "Yep, we got a lot of it written. We're still working. Dude, it's a trip. 30 years later, man, to try to keep doing it. And we're very happy with what we got. But it's just going to take a while. And I don't know how long. Maybe next summer. Maybe next year. The next winter. I don't know. But it's not going to be soon." It was back in early October when Korn celebrated 30 years of their amazing career with a massive stadium show in Los Angeles, with Evanescence, Gojira, Scars on Broadway, Spirit Box, and Vendette. And for me, I'm thinking take all the time you need in the world, guys, because I know when Korn is dialed in the studio, amazing things happen, and I'm feeling really optimistic about this new music from the legendary band, and it's so great to see Korn still going so strong after all of these years. We've seen many bands that were, big in the 90s. They would kind of go through a lull, and it seems like Korn is as strong as they've ever been all these years later, and you absolutely love to see it. I think rock music is in a good place. It feels like things are really on the upswing, so it's going to be one of the biggest albums of the year whenever this new Korn record comes out. Anyways, that's your latest update here from Rockfeed. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates.